Okay, just so I might forget to give it to you next week, I was just going to show there are practical things that we have to do as well in simply learning how to heal another person. Just a practical thing. You don't need acupuncture when you've got ground energy. You can put your energy into another person simply by using your fingers. One finger. The way to do it, well, first of all, okay, I'll have to go off on a tangent here because I have to tell you why we do this. When you have ground energy, it's like holding a big black snake, Ken. That's the way I hold the snakes. The way we find out where something's wrong, and you see that, is that looking at the wind, because I'm a little bit close now, I don't want to move out of frame, that's all, okay? Yeah. Is you simply rub your hand, it's going red already in the middle, that's Laogung, the pericardium 8, you rub that point over the person where you think there's something wrong. First of all, you've got to look at the person, I know what's wrong with you and someone else here, and you find out where basically the wrongness is in the person's body. Then you take their arm or wherever you think it's wrong, and then you start simply, you rub their hand over there. Now, there's an extremely strong feeling coming right from there, and that indicates a colon. Everyone in the West has a colon problem. It's not too bad, but there's it's like as if my hand, now look, it's smooth. Smooth. There's a problem just there. It's dragging just there. And now when I get down here, it's dragging again. It's like electricity there. That indicates 2 colon points. Yeah, there it is there. And, there it is there. Now you notice what I'm doing with my right foot. What were we doing earlier? Pushing into the heel and taking the ground up through the body. And I'm trying to bring it out here so as I can feel where the thing is. Now, okay, I find something wrong there, just there. There it is, dragging just there. And everyone's points are different, by the way. They can vary by that much over your body. So you can't always say, okay, there's colon 10, because in the fighting, fine, you can just hit there and you'll get it because it's such a big object you're hitting with, you know. But when you want to heal, you've got to find the... There it is there. There it is right there. That's his colon 10, right there. No, it's not. It's down here. It's shifting, Ken. You alright? Okay? Yeah. Ken's colon 10 can range between there and there. Okay, now I'm just going to show you the physical thing of healing using your finger for acupuncture. You don't just put your finger on and think, energy go in. You don't have to think anything. As long as you're grounded here, the ground's coming up through your kidney 1 point. Now, I start with a very small circle around the point like this, just slightly off his skin. Just with my index finger, and see how the circle's getting larger? Now the circle's going to get smaller. And your finger starts to vibrate. See how my other hand is vibrating? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. When that vibration happens for a few seconds, then you follow the hand up like this to the next point. It's like as if you're drawing a line to the next point. And then you do the same thing. His shaking stopped now. And you draw a circle around it. Here it is here. Yeah, there it is. And the circle gets bigger. Now the circle gets smaller. Until it goes very small. Now that vibration you can't do by yourself. You can't do it. It's such a vibration. I'm not doing that. It's just happening all by itself. And you finish up by placing your hand over that point again, and what the person's got to have their arm, I'm talking now so it's not working too well, but the person's got to have their arm totally relaxed, and you, like this, and ground your own energy, again, sink down, and then, okay. See how you've controlled your arm then? What your partner has to do here is to tell, oh, it's happening there again now. Needs a bit of work. So you put your hand here, they've got to be totally, so their arm will just flop like that. So I go from there, that point there, let's stop now, and straight down. And that's a very practical way that you can use, literally to use acupuncture without any needles. You put your own energy through your own body from the ground, through your own body into the point. But you must do the little circle. That gets your own energy from the ground going, building up first. That's the build-up point. And when you take it back again, that's the concentration point. And then you just hold it there. And all of a sudden this vibration starts happening. It's exactly the same as the vibration we look for when we do our Tai Chi form. I haven't told you about that. When you do your Tai Chi form, now it's gone. So at all the that's an activation point for the heart. So when I do that, if I'm just doing Tai Chi like this, nothing's happening. I get to here. Now, people say to me, oh, you can do it, but you can't do it. Look, you saw how spontaneous that looked. I'm doing it now, see? Look, I cannot get that same shake. And that's the shake we get happening through here. When the energy's going in, that's when the shakes happen. That's when the energy's going in and healing that organ in the body. So we'll next week we'll continue with some of these healing methods as well. Another method is simply to go like that. Simply that. See how it's coming down into around here like a pear shape, down into the center like this. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat coming out there. Just here. Ooh. You've been running, have you? So we'll carry on with that next week. There's a lot of these little things we can do. They're just the practical ways of healing. But it won't work. Nothing will happen if you haven't got this energy from the ground happening. So that's the very first thing that we have to get. Thanks, Tim. I forgot to actually make mention of the fact, although you'll see it on, although it'll be on the tape, the direction of this spiral here. You start out. Your colon's fine. There's nothing wrong with your colon. Gee, that's the best colon I've ever felt. The direction. You start in a counterclockwise direction as you're going out, and then of course you come back in a clockwise direction. And it makes no difference whether you're doing it with this hand or not. You have to start in a counterclockwise direction and then in a clockwise direction. So that's the rule. Thanks. Everyone, this is the next day now from the workshop I did yesterday, and we filmed it, and I did that thing with your arm with using the acupuncture points with just my finger, the counterclockwise and clockwise. What happened to you last night? What, as a result of this?
I'll have to go back a little bit. During the when you were doing the healing on me, I could feel the chi going into my body and affecting my own energy in some way. And yesterday afternoon, I felt very, very warm in the stomach. And normally the presence of heat indicates some kind of energy movement. Later yesterday evening I got some burbling or gurgling sensations or wind in the stomach, and that became intense, so that in the middle of the night, I could really feel some extreme colon activity, and feeling that things were moving in the ascending and descending colon, from the colon, large intestine. So this morning I was sitting doing a lot of training on the toilet, basically, so, which is good news. It means that something's happening. There's a lot of activity, and I feel that it's done a lot of good. I can feel that from the healing yesterday that the colon is a little bit clearer, and that it's only a matter of time, maybe half a day or a day, that I'll see some real benefit from it. But really, I wouldn't have thought that it would have been so fast and so extreme in such a short period of time.